The long game is essential to transforming your mindset and life. If you don't commit to the process, nothing will happen. You won't be able to fully start your journey. It's okay to be full of good intentions, but you also need to be able to have a clear idea of how to get where you want to go. Shifting from ideas to actions can be hard. It's easy to daydream about starting something new, but it's a totally other thing to really put those things into action. Embrace the long game means not procrastinating. Procrastination will only lead you to failure and the inability to attract all the desires you want and need. Struggling to see something through is hard for everyone, so don't get discouraged if you are struggling to make your actions real. Just try to stay on track and let the things you can't control. If there are some things in your life that you can't control that are keeping you unmotivated, just try to let them go. Trying to hang on to them will cause the process to last much longer than it needs to. One easy way to commit to the process is to set goals. Without goals, you won't be able to see the progress you are making. Anytime you are embracing the long game, you will need to track the how just as much as the why. Knowing all the different processes you can use to get to your destination will help you commit to the process and get to the end result more effectively. Remember that intentions are only half the commitment. You need to put those intentions into place and start your actions today. Remember that the process requires dedication of time, listening, and intimacy with life. When you commit to the process, you give yourself a better chance of getting to the end result. Remember that you won't always feel like embracing the long game. There will be some days where you wake up and feel like you don't want to take any action or move forward. If you always follow your feelings, you will never succeed. You have to keep committing and moving forward even during the days and weeks where you feel like you're over the process. It's okay to feel different from day to day, but you need to ensure you try to move past those feelings and work on your potential. Every day, don't be too hard on yourself though. Not completing all the tasks you have laid out for a day is not the end of the world. Just make sure you create more space and more time during the rest of the week to get these things done.
Just going with it is much easier said than done. If you stumble around pitfalls or there are unexpected things that pop up, just keep the process going. You will need to make a habit of just going with it before it really becomes an easy part of the process. Just going with it needs to become a habit, just like brushing your teeth or going to work in the morning. Once you put in the effort to keep going with it, you will unlock more and more of your potential every day. Some people find it necessary to include others in their process. If you don't have a good support system or people that you trust to be a part of your process, then you might find it better to keep this to yourself. However, if you have someone in your life that could help you, you should definitely include them in this process. You might find that they have good advice for you that you wouldn't have been able to discover by yourself. Make sure you listen to positive opinions and surround yourself with those who have light in them. Telling other people about your process and goals will ensure you have some accountability. If you are doing someone on your own, it's easy to simply give it up. No one will know you even started, so it will be easy to simply change your plan or track. Before you embrace the long game, you need to define it. If you don't define it, you won't be able to get the most out of it. If you don't know your true purpose, you won't be able to find the potential you need to make the most out of every situation. Keep in mind that potential is the capacity to transform your life into your top aspirations and unique goals. This means self-reflecting on your strengths and weaknesses. You need to know what you're good at and then be willing to improve on the things you need to improve on. Before going where you want to go, you need to make sure you know who you are. This will help you make a plan of action better. Balance is also key to making sure you can uncover your full potential. This means your mind, your body, and your spirit must be in alignment with each other all the time. If one of these components is functioning at a low level, you might find that you don't have a harmonious relationship with yourself. You need to make sure all these things are in line because they are interconnected with each other. Addressing each of the components individually and then together will ensure you can make optimal progress with transform your mindset and life.
If you want to transform your mindset and life, you need to be honest with yourself and make your mind and body healthy. If you are currently using drugs or alcohol, you might want to consider cutting back until you have your full potential in line and discovered. Decreasing your substance use can also impact your general well-being, relationships, and employment for the best. If you don't have a normal sleep schedule, consider regulating it the best you can. If you sleep and wake up at the same time every day, you are more likely to have more energy and therefore be able to devote more of your time to discovering your true potential and acting out habits that will allow you to do this. Exercising, eating healthy, and staying hydrated are also important steps to ensure you are making the most out of your health and using it to embrace the long game. If you are constantly surrounded by other people, work duties, and other things that you might think are overwhelming, you need to make sure you are making time to disconnect. This also means taking time away from your phones and computer. Constantly being bombarded by messages and notifications can take time away from you to transform your mindset and life.